So this is the incredible 2017 Mercedes-Benz AMG GTS. This has been upgraded with a $22,000 RENNTECH R2 package, which makes this thing absolutely incredible. Super unique. I just want to get the show you the way around here. Talk about the front end. It's in immaculate condition. It's fantastic. I just say pay attention to the reflection of the paint. I'll show you any imperfections, so I really don't have anything to show you. All along the bottom here is absolutely perfect. There's just, I believe it's just a little spot down here, and that is in the clear bra that's on the car. So that brings up a good point. It does have a clear bra across the front, but the rest of the paint is both awesome investments. And if I forget to mention, it's got K40 front and rear radar. Let's see the adaptive xenons there. Optional ceramic, carbon ceramic front brakes here with the AMG wheel. Those things are pizza pies in there, they're huge. V8 by turbo, look at the reflection down there. Nothing to really talk about. Rear wheels, excellent, no curb damage, no nothing. Again, carbon ceramics. You can listen to that 4-liter twin turbo V8 idling back here. But all along the bottom, it's perfect. Glass, everything, RENNTECH badge. It's the only thing that gives away the 716 horsepower in this car. Yep, I said 716. And the driver's side, it's perfect as well. Wheels in excellent condition. Lower rocker, everything, badging, all correct. And then right up to the front wheel, that's excellent too. But look at the lines on this thing. What a stunning car. Under the hood, it looks as if it's a factory build entirely. You can see nothing's been compromised in the factory. There's no bolts that have been spun. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous car overall. But the other thing to take a look at here is the turbo setup. So these are upgraded turbos because of the RENNTECH kit. It's they do downpipes on it for the exhaust. They do upgraded turbos and then an ECU upgrade, but that takes it from 507 horse to 716. This thing is an absolute monster. Let's take a look at the rear here. Again, it's all factory. None of those welds are broken. Never been wrecked, never been hit. And then coming around here, it's all good there. We do have the factory owner's manual. It does have 2 keys, front license plate bracket if you want it, car cover as well. And then we got the original factory window sticker. Shows here $160,000 MSRP with all the factory options there. The Benz Dynamic Plus package is a nice one as well, but yeah, carbon ceramic. Just take a peek at that. It does have K40 radar front and rear, so this is your quick reference guide. And then this is the RENNTECH R2 Performance Pack. You can see 716 horsepower, 656 pound-feet of torque. There's the reading here. Shows 630 at the wheels with the accounted for loss, which is only accounting for 12%. It's at 716. And this is the subtotal of how much it actually costs to do that. I'm going to cover up my customer's information here, but it does show that it was done when the car was new, so pretty amazing. The interior on this car is stunning as well. It does have upgraded leather interior. It has the Burmester high-end sound system. There's a standard one, and then there's the high-end. This is the high-end. I will say it's one of the best stereos I've ever heard in my life. It's fantastic. Got a little detail cloth there. Sorry about that. AMG floor mats. The only wear on the car I can show you, really, and I really mean this, the only real wear is there's a little bit of wrinkling here on the bolster. I can get that fixed, but it is all original. See the suede steering wheel, that's part of the dynamic package. Got paddle shifters back there. I'm going to jump in here in a second. Just taking a look through here, you can see those AMG gauges. Listen to this. Actually, listen to this. I'm going to put it in the individual sport mode, which opens the sport exhaust, but listen how different this sounds. That's awesome. Anyway, we'll go back to comfort. So you can see the dynamic mode is right there. It tells you where your comfort settings are. If I go back to the individual, which I was just on, it shows you those settings as well. So Sport Plus, comfort, suspension, drive mode, sport exhaust, and it also had the ESP sport mode too. So satellite radios on there. Comforts. Got dual zone automatic climate. Very, very comfortable seats, I might add. You do have heated seats. The heated seats are actually on the roof panel. Then you got this huge glass pano roof above you. But other than that, you've got the whole console here. So this is your drive mode selector. You've got, it'll always default to the comfort setting that it's in right now. Then you go to Sport, Sport Plus, Race, which I've never actually used. I think that just amplifies every single thing in the car to, you know, turn it up to 11, if you will. I'll turn that back down. You got the engine start and stop button, the dynamic stability and traction control here. This will cycle you through your 3 suspension settings. There's Sport and Sport Plus. Sport Plus is pretty firm, honestly. This is a button that fires up the Sport exhaust. You do have an auto start stop function. Well, it only functions actually when you are in the comfort mode. So if I turn it into the Sport Plus mode, it turns it off. Manual mode, if you want to shift manually, just press that button. And then you've got your on-off switch in volume for the phenomenal Burmester. All right, we're off for a ride in the AMG GT S. I do think it's kind of funny how they put the AMG GT S. But this is an AMG GT S RENNTECH. A little bit different breed there. So I'm going to start us off in comfort mode. This car has a very Jekyll and Hyde personality, so we'll start out with the mild personality right now in the stunning interior. This does drive, when you're in comfort, drives a little bit like a SL Mercedes, which is more the luxury two-door variant of the car. Not much to talk about. It's just nice and smooth. The transmission shifts nice and smooth. You can't really feel it shift. It's so smooth. It's a double clutch setup, but cruising along, it's quiet. You don't hear the tires. You know, a lot of times with a exotic car, you know, you'll hear the tires go, but these tires have less than 2,000 miles on them. The guy that owned this car, I mean, obviously the condition speaks volumes of it. It's a one owner. He bought it brand new. He put the he put the RENNTECH upgrade on the AMG, which makes this thing an absolute firecracker. But it feels factory built, which is why it carries the balance of the factory warranty when RENNTECH does the work, because it was done through a Mercedes-Benz dealer. It was done through Mercedes-Benz of St. Charles, which is close to us here. But as of right now, you wouldn't know I was driving a 700 horsepower exotic car. Auto start and stop there. It actually goes silent. That only works in the comfort mode, so once I let off the brake there, it fires itself back up. Once again, it's quiet. Came to a complete stop. Off the brake. And you can hear me accelerate again. But so far, this has been a pretty, you know, pretty mundane drive. One thing to add that's another huge option on these cars, it's actually not a factory option, it's just something somebody added on their own personal time, which there's only been one owner. No. One of the other cool things that's actually been added to this car is the K40 radar. So there's a K40, I guess the remote control here, but it's mounted front and rear. There are lights that are indicators for how it works. So if your left turn signal is blinking in blue, you'll hear an audible sound, but you'll know that that means the signal's coming from the front. If the right turn signal is blinking in blue and you're hearing the audible sound, it means that somebody's clocking you from the rear. It's pretty sensitive. There's a couple different modes, but you're pretty much going to see and hear everything coming at you if you're speeding, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, alignment's dead straight. It's just, you know, it's the real deal. The stereo in here is incredible. Now the stereo in here is a $4,500 option. It's the Burmester high-end. Look how small this interior is. I mean, actually I should say, look, I'm almost 6 feet tall and I still have room to go. I could actually put the seat down a little. So I didn't mean it like that. The accommodation for a human being is much more generous than you'd think in a car this size. However, when you put a stereo of this power in this kind of interior, this is a pretty small interior environment. It's unbelievable. The bass in this system, I don't think I've ever heard anything like it. And you can listen to any kind of music you want. It will not distort. You can listen to old classical and you'd probably hear instruments you didn't even know that were in those particular jams. But let's liven the party up a little bit. We're gonna go to Sport. Sport livens it up a little bit. That brings you to the Sport setting on the suspension, so it's a little bit more firm. Turns off the automatic stop-start. Does not turn on the Sport exhaust. We're gonna save that again for a minute here. But it's nice. I'm gonna hit manual here. So now I'm in manual. It shows I am in 6th gear. I can go up to 7th, and that's your ultimate cruise, but going 60 miles an hour. And listen to how smooth this is when it downshifts. I'm gonna go 7 to 6th, 6th to 5th, 5th to 4th, 4th to 3rd. It's just a little taste test. Holy cow. But the computer in this is so smart. It's smarter than we are. As much as I love a manual car, to drive this thing in auto, I'm gonna close this. To drive this thing in the auto mode, you do get the most of it. All right, since I'm now on a private race course, I'll be able to wake up all 716 of these ponies for you. So I'm gonna put it in Race Plus. You hear wake up there? The exhaust is open. This is the most amplified version of the car. I guess race is too. So actually, let's try race. 716 horses, here we go. Carbon ceramics work great. Listen to that sound. So I'll put it in Sport Plus. It'll let it it's keeping it on boil because the computer's anticipating I'm gonna go hit it again, but the algorithm in itself will kind of settle it down even though I'm still in Sport Plus. But listen to that sound. You can hear the blow off from those turbos. Jeez, that's amazing. Oh, I'm gonna take it out of the suspensions on the Sport Plus mode. It's a massive difference though. When you're riding with the Sport Plus mode on, it rides almost like a skateboard. That's what it's supposed to do, but it's an extremely firm ride. So just to solve that, you hit this button and it goes right back to the nice, comfy, easy driving mode. But yeah, back in the comfort setting, this is like date night mode. It's nice and smooth. The transmission's not jerky. You don't feel a thing. The suspension's nice and soft. The seats are so comfortable. They're really, really comfortable. Yeah, just that Jekyll and Hyde Sport Plus and race mode. I mean, it turns the car into a different beast. You can hear the exhaust mode switch. Now, me personally, I just want to listen to this sound. Well, thanks for coming for a ride with me in this amazing car. This is one of those cars I feel lucky I get to drive this because it's that special. It's that unique. I've never driven an AMG GTS with the RENNTECH package. But it feels like a factory build. It really does. It doesn't feel any different than, sometimes when you get these aftermarket modded cars, which I guess you could kind of call RENNTECH like a half aftermarket because they are factory sanctioned and they do just incredible work. So it's seamless. No wonder Mercedes-Benz backs their work with the factory warranty as well. So you can't have this serviced under warranty at a Mercedes-Benz dealer, which is pretty cool. So thanks again. Appreciate you coming for a ride with me. And keep checking out my channel. I'll see you. So cool.